Hello. What's up, you guys? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world. Hi, my name is Laquana McIntyre. I am successful too. You're watching The Road to Success, and we talk about mindset, personal growth, relationships, just whatever that is on our minds, guys. So welcome to another video today, guys. So first and foremost, guys, I had to give credit where credit is due. I definitely want to go ahead and shout out the person who inspired this video for today. The Nosy Neighbor Lady Show. Oh, God, I hope I said that right. Girl, if I said it wrong, please forgive me. Just know I am going to go ahead and link the video below that this was inspired from. And please, if you haven't already, go ahead and follow my girl. Like, yes, I love, I love the realness over there. I love it, okay? As you can see, guys, today I want to talk about, she brought up a good question, like, and I didn't really think about it until she, brought this up. But the question was, why are people obsessed with child-free black women? And we're talking about black women in particular because I'm a black woman. So, I want to touch on myself, and other women that look like me and what we go through in society. But yeah, let's talk about it. Absolutely. As I always said before, with the rise of social media, there's just a lot of things that has come to my attention, and I'm sure to other people's attention, as far as how the average person mindset works. You gotta think about this. Before social media, all we had was just regular TV, magazines. Like, we saw celebrities and such, but we only knew of the people who lived around us in our vicinity. Social media allows you to get a perspective from people in other countries, you name it, like people that you would have never ever had the opportunity to speak to before social media. And because of that, it draws new concerns, of course. Okay, so again, this is one in particular, people being obsessed with child-free black women. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest. In this video, I do want to keep it clean. I want to keep it cute. I don't want to offend people whatsoever. But I do think there's an obsession with black women anyways. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it real. That's just how I feel. I feel like in general, there's already an obsession with us. There's an obsession with how we wear our hair texture. There's an obsession with our skin complexion because we have the colorism issue going on with dark skin complexion, light skin complexion. We have the baby mama thing, oh, black women are the least desired, black women aren't married, yada yada. We have the angry black woman thing that's put on us. So people are already obsessed. Let's just be clear. So when I think about this in particular, people being obsessed with a child-free black woman, I'm not really surprised, because it's almost like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Let's just be clear. So yeah, let's just get into it, y'all. So what I did was I compiled a list of reasonings to why I feel like there may be an obsession with this thing, with this phenomenon, and let's start with my first thought on this. Okay, so there could possibly be a new obsession over this. And when I say obsession, first, I'm sorry, let me clear that up. When I say obsession, so it's not saying like this is what people eat, sleep, and breathe, like, but there are people who speaks negative upon it versus celebrating or minding your own business. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of those things where it's just like, mind your business, you feel me? But when people choose to not do so and pry, and not, like I said, if you're gonna pry into something, celebrate it, and if you don't want to celebrate it, don't say nothing at all. But you got folks who has to talk down on it. So that's what I mean when I say obsessed. All right, guys, so let's just get into number one. Number one, I mean, it's technically like you're breaking the rules, okay? Like we're going against the grain. We are going against the grain, okay? So it's one of those things where, you're gonna hear this during multiple points in the video, because this essentially is just what it is, all rolled up into one. It's just literally going against what society expects, okay? It's going against what society expects. I mean, you're making your own choices. You're making your own decisions about life. And you're not doing what you were told you're supposed to do. So it's essentially doing, again, the abnormal to people. Now, I also want to say this too. So when I say childless black women, this is not just for single childless black women. This is also for black women who may be in a marriage or may be in a relationship, because there's women also who are in relationships or married who's chosen not to have kids with their spouse, and that is their prerogative. That is totally okay. That does not make that woman less of a woman because she chose to not have children. We do understand that there's people out here today who would desire and love to have kids, but they are unable to do so. So some people may look at it like selfish, if you would. But again, that is that person's prerogative. Nobody put out a rule book of life and it says you have to have children. I mean, point it out in the Bible somewhere to me. I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm going to look and see myself. Does it say anywhere in the Bible where we're required to have kids? I don't know. So that's all I know. Nobody ever told you had to have kids in order to be able to be accepted in this world. So that's number one. And let's just say this to y'all. So disclaimer for myself. When I put this video out, I'm speaking for women in general who doesn't have kids, especially of an older age. But I, for one, want to have kids one day. I do. But I chose to wait because there's certain circumstances I would prefer to be in before that happens. So while I wait for those circumstances, and if those circumstances happen, then I am totally fine, and I am totally all for and support childless black women, okay? So point blank period. And yes, I know there's people out there. Somebody actually said to me on the internet, y'all, not in real life, but someone was rude enough to say, oh, well, at your age your eggs are probably fried. Okay, if that's what it is, then it wasn't in God's plan. You know what I'm saying? So people, like I said, could just be so like horrible, but it's all good. You know, it is what it is. So let's move on to the next point. So basically, like, a lot of these are going to be so similar, y'all, and redundant. I get it, but it's just challenging expectations, okay? You are pushing back again on what people think that you're supposed to do. Real talk, we are in a society of the baby mama culture. Let's just put it like that, okay? The baby mama culture is bad, y'all. It is bad. It is real bad. It's to the point now where it is just literally being glorified now to just be a baby mama. If you're a baby mama, no offense to you, but there is nobody who literally chooses to say, I'm okay with being a single parent. If you are a single parent, it's because of unforeseen circumstances that may have happened in your life. Now, there is a small sector of women who, you know, is getting knocked up by men that they know aren't any good. There are women that are doing that. But for the most part, I don't think that there's women who expects that. But if we must be realistic, it is always best, if you can, to wait till marriage before you have children. It is always best to wait till marriage. That way you know you have a solid foundation and that person loves you for you before the kids even come in. That would prevent a lot of the things that are happening that makes and creates that single parent environment. And like I said, we're now in a society where now it's just, being a baby mama is just what it is. I love him. I want to have a baby with him. A baby is going to hold him down, lock him down. And I don't know why, like, you have women who still think that that's going to work when you have so many examples showing you that that does not work. That's why child support is as extreme as it is now. So, all right. So, and yeah, okay. So the next thing, we haven't seen anything such as this in a long time. So childless black women isn't anything that's been more so talked about, because again, we hear the single black woman or single black parent thing, right? We hear single black moms getting bashed and read for filth on the internet, which I don't agree with that either. I don't. But when it comes to childless black women, we don't hear much about this. So whenever you do hear about it, because of the negative narratives that are put on us, it's automatically, oh, well, if she don't have any kids, then she must be crazy too, because black women just crazy all together. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not me speaking for everyone. I know everyone doesn't look at black women like this, but for the most part, I'm just going off of, okay, what I saw. So if you are a black woman who don't have kids, it's like, well, if you're not one of the ones who are married with kids and you're not a baby mama, then it's something wrong with you too. What's wrong with you? You must be crazy. You must be psycho. And again, it's not represented in a good light. We don't see it on the media much. So now people, they're more intrigued and they're interested in knowing more about us. Like, why is it she don't have any kids? So it's like they want to dig in for more. And when they see you're not crazy, they're like, she gotta be crazy. She gotta be something wrong with her. They just keep digging and digging and digging and wanting to know more. And then they try to say things to try to pull it out of you. They can't do it. And it's like, well, dang, what is it about her? There's no way in the world that she was responsible all her life. And she knew she didn't want kids from Jump Street. And she chose to not have kids until she got married. It's no way she went this many years and didn't get pregnant. How did she do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so extremely abnormal to people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't possess discipline in that department. So I understand. I get it. Especially when you get into a long-term relationship. The first thing that a lot of people do is have unprotected sex and choose to have a baby. Don't think about no marriage, no long-term commitment. It's just, let's just have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, media is just one of those things that runs majority of our lives. So if we're not seeing it represented in media in a good light, we're not seeing it for something being positive. There are a few TV shows where we did see single women that were thriving. Okay, so if we go back to the 90s, The Living Singles. I loved The Living Singles, by the way. I loved it because this did kind of show black women in a light where they didn't have kids and they were dating, and they had very thriving careers. You had girlfriends. I think it was only a couple of them on there that were single, but hey, they for the most part was doing their thing as well. And you have the show Insecure and Half and Half. Now, notice, those girls aren't married either. So I feel like them not being married to some people may be a negative. You know what I'm saying? But again, let's not always think the worst because a woman is older and she's not married without any kids. Let's not think that, oh, you must be crazy, you don't know how to choose men, yada yada yada. Her focus may have very well been career focus. You just don't know what people's situations are. And I really just wish people would stop crying on that. I definitely want to blame reality TV though. I definitely feel like reality TV had a lot to do with putting black women into a certain stereotype, to the point where they feel like every black woman was supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so reality TV has nothing but baby mamas, drama, you know, women who are just, goshly, just out the chain, okay? So it's rare that you have a black woman who is doing her thing, successful, making the right decisions about her body, making the right decisions about her life, and it's being pedestalized on a media platform. Let's just even be clear, even with the rap music that's out right now, the Sexy Reds and the Sukianas and all of their kids they have, and not one man in sight. But look how they're being glorified just in the type of music they're making. And then when you look at their life, again, that is the type of black woman that's being put out here in the forefront. So when you see a black woman who's not doing those things and she's being more responsible, it's like it's no, to other people, it's like it's no way that's possible. They feel like it's no way, you can't be like that. It's something wrong with you. It gotta be. What's wrong with you? And they make up all of these different thoughts in their mind. You know what I'm saying? But yes, we exist. Okay, we exist. Okay, there are black women out here who exist that has great mindsets and are responsible, make responsible decisions about their body and about their life, and already kind of knew what they wanted for themselves. It is what it is. If you had a kid out of wedlock, don't get mad at yourself. Don't beat yourself up either though, because let's just be clear, you know what I'm saying, the child is still a blessing. But it's one of those things too where you don't want to, like, if you had a child with a man and now y'all are going through a lot of drama and he's on child support or whatever, and you made that mistake again, it's like, why keep making the same mistake? It comes to a point in time where you have to learn from your mistakes. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to touch on multiple things, you know what I'm saying, because I have a lot to say. You know what I'm saying, but I'm trying to condense it because I don't be wanting to make these videos like too long. And I just don't be wanting to ramble either, okay? But for the most part, you know, again, this video is just about why I feel like there is an obsession with it. I think those are pretty much the main things. You know, there are other little nuances to this, but those are just kind of the main things. But I want to touch back on just, you know, again, with just the obsession a lot of us black women deal with in the first place. People just, I don't know, people are just so interested in us for some reason, and they want us to be a certain way, and if we're not that way, it's almost like it makes them angry when you're opposite of what the stereotypes say that you're supposed to be. It's almost like you're not supposed to be that way. And that is, I feel like, one of the biggest things, you know. I don't even want to touch on the gender war thing that's going on right now, okay, because there's a gender war going on, in my opinion, in the black society, and that has a big part of it too, because I hate to say this, but a lot of the slack I have gotten has been from other men. I haven't heard anything negative from women necessarily, but I've heard a lot of slack from men, which is shocking to me. Very, very shocking. I'm like, why? So all I can think of, it goes back to the gender war that's going on anyways on social media, where black men are at black women's throat, black women are against up at black men's throats, because there's no logical reasoning to why it should affect you as a man if a woman is saying that she is totally okay with waiting for the right man to come along before she decides she wants to have children, or even if she says, I don't want to have children at all. I'm okay. I'm good on that. That is, again, that is her right. That is her prerogative. It should not be anybody's business enough where you feel the need to bash someone and read them the filth and make them feel bad about who they are. Like, to me, that makes me feel like there's some jealousy there, or you're upset about your life decisions. I don't know. I don't know. But and then one last thing, so as women in general, okay, not just a black woman thing, we're no longer living in the old school type of setting where, women were stay-at-home moms, men took care of the women, and the women took care of the children. Women now are no longer going against I guess we're no longer living in a traditional type of state. Some voluntarily, some non-voluntarily, okay, like involuntarily. Like, some of us want to be a traditional woman, but we don't have to step up, you know what I'm saying? So now, but you have women now who are choosing to live in a different way. They're choosing to put themselves first. They're choosing to live life the way they want to live. It's so beautiful, because since I've started like talking more about this, I've seen so many beautiful comments where women are enjoying themselves. They're traveling. They are so in tune with themselves and who they are as a person, and they're just enjoying life for all of its glory and all of its beauty. And I admire that. I respect that. I guarantee you, the women who chose to not have children, I guarantee you they're not miserable like some of y'all think that they are. Because I'm not. I don't see a lot of people be like, oh, that's a lonely, miserable life to live. Baby, I am not lonely. I'm not bored. I'm not miserable. Life is good. You heard me? Life is good. The peace of mind is on 10. But that's not to say that the peace of mind can't be there if you got kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it can. But just please understand, like, it ain't lonely around here. You know what I'm saying? Because I got God in myself. That's just what it is. So that's just some of the reasons why. Okay, there's other reasons, y'all. But at the end of the day, it's just really about celebrating individuality, self-love, and the freedom to make your own choices. I love the fact that now, women are celebrating women in whatever they choose to do in their life and whoever you want to be. So speaking of that, y'all, if you want to join a community of like-minded women like myself who are unmarried, single, and childless, and you're enjoying the solo life, join my community. Right now, I am on Facebook, so I will link the link below. And yes, y'all, like, in this community, I just started the community, I'm gonna be honest, but I have so many plans for this community, y'all. I'm talking about meetups, daily meetings, daily encouragement. Let's celebrate marriages. If you have a child, let's celebrate the birth of your child. Like, it is so much I want to do within this community. So I want to just literally I want us to love on each other in this community. So again, please be sure you click the link below and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.